Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG, and we're located on the south spawn of Malinovka, and it's under the command of Aristides R. Raphael. Now, I know that this battle is particularly good, and Aristides is using the M55 because that's the 8-inch howitzer. I know it's the 8-inch howitzer because the barrel only extends to the front of the vehicle, not over the front of the vehicle. Now, he knocked over a tree there, which is not really good practice because you knock a tree over, it tells everyone that where you are. So we'll leave that for the moment, and we'll just increase the size of the mini-map so we can see what's going on. This is an encounter battle, and the enemy is already making their way up the hill, and Aristides is almost loaded. Okay, he's ready to rock and roll. Ooh, good hit just went in there, and another one from the Arty going for the Badger. We got 259 hit points of damage from that shot. Now this is a tier 10 battle on the 357, so we're going to be facing some higher tier opponents. The Badger was a higher tier, so that's going to earn extra XP, and there's an awful lot of enemy tanks right at the top of the hill. Now, one of the good features of the M53 M55 is it's got a swivel turret. It's one of the few Artys that actually does have a turret. It's mounted on the chassis of an M46. He fires a round in there, and it goes behind a T54E1. Now, the T54E1 is a tier 9 medium, and he just took another big hit. Oh, he's gone down. So there's some stun assist there as well. There's an M46 pattern there in the center area, and yeah, I think we're going to go for that one next. He's tier 9 as well. Only 201 hit points, so the next shot should finish his game. Almost ready. Oh, and he's killed before our shot goes in. So we don't get the kill, but we fire at a Samur instead, who pulls back. But we actually do damage to him and the T-54 at the same time, so that was a good shot. He's tracked in place, that Samur. And it looks like the other Arty are going for him because they've indicated the target, and the rounds are going in from them. Now, we do have another Arty on the team, a T-92 HMC. And there's also another M53 M55, so we've got some good Arty players. And I know that Aristides is a good Arty player because I know he's had ace tankers before in this Arty. He's going for the Badger, but obviously it's too close to his teammates at the moment, so he's being cautious not to shoot until such time as they're far enough away. Oh, we lost that one, so we can hit the Badger now, and he does! A direct hit, 373, and it was on the rear of the Badger. It's tracked him, and the Badger's gone. Unfortunately, we lost our Gorilla 15 in that moment. And that T-54 just took a hit as well. So there's two tanks there in the centre on the lower plateau that we can hit. The Samur and the T-54. But a couple of enemy tanks have been spotted in the rear. A Wizzy 1201 FT, the tank destroyer. And the other's the T-34. Both of those tier 8s. The 120 is coming around the corner, and he does some big damage there to the T100, but the T100 knows to get behind that Wizzy if he can. He has failed to do so, and therefore he's being boxed in, and the Wizzy 120 is pushing him into that corner now, so we could actually fire, and if we do, the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen is going in there as well. We might as well hit him. We do, and we do 835 and kill the Wizzy 120. It was one of those impossible situations. I'm afraid, yeah, we did damage our ally in the process, but we had to because there was no way he was going to survive that. And by actually hitting the opponent, the enemy, we actually also did some damage to the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen at the same time. 195 off him, 496 off the Wizzy 120, and the 120 caught fire and blew up. Oh, look at that! Fantastic shot. 105 hit points. Takes out that object 430 completely. Now we're one tank down, and he's moving position. There's a T28 prototype nearby. He's moving further up the hill. He's getting closer to his teammates and the other Arties. It's not always advisable for Arties to get grouped together because obviously it makes it much easier to see the tracer if you've got 3 Arties firing together. Oh, and the enemy's just lost their Samur. And he went down to the T92 HMC. So we're going for the T28 prototype. Oh, and kill shot! 376 hit points. That's the 3rd kill. Aristides is really good at this, Arty. He knows how to handle it. You'd expect that with the fact that he's actually got the 8-inch howitzer. You have to earn so many XP to get the 8-inch howitzer that once you do, you have to be good. And there's an Oho, and the pattern's gone around the back of him. We can't fire until the pattern's cleared because otherwise we would damage our teammates. The Oho's been killed, so we can now hunt for other targets. The T28 prototype in the field. We could just about get a shot on him. We're dialing in. Almost there. It's a difficult shot. Round out. No, it went long. It's because he's over a rise, and trying to fire over a rise like that, it's a very narrow aim to catch it because he's actually basically in defilade. Now, we lost a tank to the south. In fact, that was an Emil 1 who drowned. I think he must have fallen in the lake. Now, the last time we saw that Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, he was over in this direction near the houses, but we've lost sight of him since, and we may be the closest to him at the moment. In fact, we're definitely going to be the closest to him if he's to the south. And there he is, and we've been spotted. So we can expect enemy incoming rounds, and we just took a round from the Panzerwagen. Line him up, and yes, shotgun! 1,122 hit points of damage, 1 shot. 8-inch howitzer takes him out of the game. The CDA comes down, ticks approval. I do like to see that when you get your teammates say, well, the good job there. Took that Rheinmetall Panzerwagen out the game and really helped the team. Because they're now 3 tanks up from being behind to now being ahead. Right, the nearest enemy now is the T-34, who's actually in near the cap area. But we've lost sight of him. There he is! We're loaded. Round out. Oh, he's wiped out by our Centurion 7-1 before our shell arrives. So we've wasted that one. But it was on target. So it probably would have damaged the T-34. Might even have killed him. And this is now turning out to be an exceptionally good game. 4 tanks ahead. The enemy has only got 1 medium, the T-54, and 3 Arties remaining. Now, their Arties are going to be in the north. Somewhere, I'd say, around about grid square B1, maybe A2, A3. We've got a Patton who's going over there to have a look. The Centurion could do the same. I think he is actually moving over there with that in mind. We've got an AMX CD8 on this side, just in case they try to go to the cap. And our E75 is about to start capping. He's started. We've got 7 minutes left on the clock. So we've got 3.5k damage, 1.5k of stun assist. So it's been a really good game so far. I think this is looking very much like another Ace Tanker game. And there's the GWE 100. Carefully dialing in. Round out. This should be a kill shot. It is!
Enemy armor is destroyed.
56 hit points. He gets the kill. Now, we've got to reload. Does take a little while. If you've got Brothers in Arms and possibly premium consumables, unfortunately he doesn't have premium consumables, it takes about 35 seconds and that FP207 goes down, so there's no chance for a counter battery medal, but we can certainly still get another kill. There's an M53, M55 somewhere out there. He might have moved further south, somewhere along the 1 line or the 2 line. If they try to come further east, the cap, and the T28 prototype is about to enter the cap, I think. He is. He's in the cap. There's the M53 lined up and round out. Oh, perfect shot. 410 hit points. He gets 2 of the Artys. That's his Top Gun. And unfortunately, we lost the AMX CDA 105. And that tends to indicate to me the T54 is somewhere in the south. So we've got 4k of damage, 1.5k of stun assist. And we're very close to capping out now. The enemy's going to have to make a move towards the cap to get a reset. Or the only alternative for him is to try and make his way north, find the Arty, and get some extra hit points before he loses the game. Yeah, I think he's somewhere around the bottom. In fact, they're indicating grid squares in the south, around the H0, and that's it. They've capped out. Game over. That was a really good round, solid round there by Aristides. And look at this, he got his first mark of excellence during that game. Aristides in the M53, M55 got an ace tanker. It was good enough for an ace tanker. I thought it was, because he really was scoring very, very highly, especially the damage he did to that Rheinmetall Panzerwagen with just one shot, a shotgun at that, at close range. He got a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. He set fire to one tank and actually blew it up that way. I think that was the Object 430. Or no, sorry, I beg your pardon. It was the Wizzy 1201 GFT. He set fire to him while he was actually blocking in that LTG in that corner. He also picked up a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. He got the high caliber for getting at least 20% of the enemy hit points, and he also managed to get a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. So let's have a look at the team scores, see where he stood. Well, there you have it. 4,038 hit points of damage. I thought that he'd actually damaged the his own teammate in the LTG when he was blocked into that corner. Was it an LTG? No, it's the T100 LT. Sorry, not the LTG. Who was blocked into that house by the Wizzy 120. But in actual fact, no, it wasn't recorded as team damage. Therefore, at least I don't think it was. No, it was actually recorded as team damage, but somehow he still managed to get the high caliber. So 4,038 hit points of damage. The next highest score was the M46 Patton with 2,934. And then we had the GW E100 on the enemy team with 2,123. The T92 on our own team managed 2,032. So let's have a look at the number of kills. Well, yeah, again, it's Aristides, 6 kills. He really was effective during that battle. Next highest scorer was the M46 Patton with 3. Then we had the Gorilla 15 with 2. And the M46 Patton on the enemy team with 2. And when it came to base XP, again, Aristides really did score highly, 1,205 XP, base XP, and the M46 Patton managed 1,067, the E75 managed 676. Best the enemy could do was their M46 Patton, who managed 291. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 12 rounds of ammo, and remember, he picked up 2 of those Arty, one of which was a complete one-shotter on the M53-55. The other one he managed to get a piece of to wipe him out. 7 direct hits, 7 penetrations, 6 splash, damage of 4,038 hit points, of which 2,916 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the closer one was the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, who he shotgunned at virtually point-blank range. He did do some damage to the T100 LT, unfortunately, and so he lost 243 hit points, but he did do that shot, or take that shot, with good reason. In fact, I would have taken the same shot myself under the circumstances, because I knew that the T100 LT was not going to get out of that corner, and at that moment in time, the Wizzy 120 and the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen were close together, and therefore, obviously, he was going to hit 2 at once if he took out the Wizzy 120, and he was going to get a good shot into the rear of that Wizzy 120, so that is acceptable under the circumstances. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 6. He did stun assistance of 1,588 hit points off 7 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 38,845 credits from that battle. He was fined 3,611 credits for the hit on the T100 LT, and that left him with 35,234. After repair and ammunition resupply, he actually had 12,759 credits left over. The repair, by the way, was because the Panzerwagen actually did shoot into his tracks, but luckily he did shoot into the tracks, otherwise that damage would have been considerably higher. He actually received base XP of 1,205 experience points in that battle. He got fined 1 experience points for the hit on the T100 LT, but it was ×2 for the first victory of the day, so he took away 2,408 experience points altogether. So, particularly good round there, and it's nice to see a first mark of excellence on the M53 55. Now he's going to have to try and make that 2 marks, and this is going to take a while because there are a lot of players who have these, and it's a very popular SPG. So obviously I'll probably be seeing him out on the battlefields myself because I have one of these and I do enjoy playing it. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.